Readers, I just read the first chapter of this book, and I must say George Orwell did a great job while making this. I have read a lot of dystopian back then. I still read dystopian, but this is some other kind of dystopian. It's the most brutalist, most architecturally perfect, most situational, and most realistic brutalism I have ever seen. It's imaginary, but it feels real. So the first after flipping through first few chapters, I realized, okay, I didn't read the first chapter on the front, I just read fourth chapter of this, but while flipping through some pages, I realized that this world is not that good. This world is controlled. So the George Orwell actually set up this whole world as an after post World War scene if the Soviet Union won. So it's about total control. It's about one guy owning, not owning, but controlling the entire thing. So the main villain, or I should say, the main theme of this uh, whole novel is it's not brutalism. It's total control, and the one who controls everything in this world is the Big Brother. I'm sure I'm reading this. His name is right. Yeah, Big Brother. So as our protagonist wakes up in a cold April morning, as George Orwell wrote this poem, he was sorry, not poem. Writing this novel. He was in Scotland. So in Scotland, there's always a little bit of cold. So even in a month of like April, there was cold. So I think he must have got the idea from this, and he was also isolated. So isolation is also one of the things that people like to resonate with, cold and fear and that all stuff. So the first few paragraphs suggest that how closed this world is. Almost every goods and services are named after one company, and that is Victory. So as he woke up in his Victory mansion, he gets up and he walks around, and then we get to know how the world is. The world building is there. Whole world building is there in the first few pages of this novel, 1984. It's the first things that shaked me the most is the war is peace, the freedom is slavery, then ignorance is strength. It's one of the most frightening yet most different things I read so far. And then I just read the whole chapter, and I was pretty impressed with the uh, whole thing. And then the second chapter came, and that actually shook me a lot. Protagonist named Wilson. He will be with us for the rest of this book. And Wilson's secret moment of writing his diary is interpreted by knocking on the door. He panics, fear that the thought police have already discovered his crime. However, it it was just his neighbor, Miss Patterson. She wants some plumbing work to be done. So it actually suggests that thinking is a crime in this world, which also explains why many kind of which also explains some real life scenarios that are happening. And okay, so inside her apartment, Wilson encounters her two children. It's like a political party who controls the whole thing, who controls the whole world, this imaginary world. They just control everything, and the uh, big brother is the in charge of whole thing. Is he the guy, he's the girl, or he's the organization of few people? We don't know. We will gonna read this afterwards. I don't know. Actually, I just read the fourth chapter, and I'm just making this video, and afterwards you will get to know about this whole world as we together we're gonna go go far from this thing. So yeah, we both are young readers right now. So yes, the youth organization that brainwashes children to serve to the party. The children the children accuse Wilston of being a thought criminal and even pretend to shoot him, which was really weird for me. Like, how can thinking be a really bad thing? But okay, they made. Okay, so this world you can't think, you can't make new thoughts, you have to be a slave of the system.